Hello, YouTubers, diecast collectors. What is up? It is me, the J-Man 63. Today, I have another review for you guys. Trying to knock about two of these out, maybe a day here to kind of start getting back into the groove of reviewing some models again, which I have not done for a while. I've been posting a lot of haul videos, but I have a feeling with the way this economy is kind of going. I have a feeling collecting will not be as much of an option anymore if things get worse. So, just keeping in mind that haul videos may not be as huge of a draw, and it seems like reviews are kind of where the views are coming from. As always, check out the channel for more videos. We need to get those watch hours up. Alright, let's continue with the review. I'm not going to bore you with the mumbo jumbo. So, this review is of the Petty Blue, also known as the Corporate Blue, Hemikuda, known as Badfish. This one is a Street Fighter in the GMP Acme lineup, which is a very cool model. I think this one's branded by Acme. A lot of them are branded by GMP/Acme. So, I have a hard time sometimes keeping up with which one is which on the company. Did review the GMP Street Fighter. This model here is what you call a higher end diecast for the money. And this can actually be had for about $120 in most markets. So when you consider what you're getting on this model, it's a bargain, and usually these pretty much appreciate in value. Alright, let's get on with the review. I've talked long enough. Alright, so starting out here, you have a beautiful paint job, and we're just going to kind of zoom in a little bit, and it's such a nice deep color, and GMP always just absolutely knocks it out of the park. I know the dust on here is terrible. Again, I didn't dust this one off just because I'm always so nervous about something breaking off one of these when dusting them. Now the hood does come with pins. I just don't have them inserted because it's just such a pain in the butt to take these four little pins out. So I keep them in a bag actually, and just a very nice exterior. Got some BBS style wheels right there, and this thing is packing some good heat under the hood. And yeah, it's pretty good looking model here. Just a really nice rear end, just the license plate Badfish. You can tell this car is not one to mess with on the street. Got some nice blacked out gas cap. I don't know, the chrome trim is a little much. I think the trim should have been black to match that gas cap. But personally, I love this model. And along with the GMP Nova, as usual, I give most of these GMPs a 10 rating on scale of 1 to 10. So for me, this model's an automatic 10 for me. So just such a glorious job they do with the headlights, and I don't think there's actually a peg in these. Yeah. First set of vintage headlights that, well, there is a peg right here, but you just can't tell. It's very nicely done. I think even there's mesh in there, which you expect out of a super high-end model. So yeah, whoa, I bumped the camera. Wow. Okay, so let's zoom out of here. Alright, so zooming out, and we're going to check out the engine first, and then we're going to move on to the rest of the model. Hood lifts off. I leave it on the roof like in a car show, kind of. So, showing off that beautiful elephant engine. Let me see something, I think. No, it doesn't. Sometimes the drive shaft rotates on some of these, which is pretty crazy. Of course, it's not really much I'm not used to seeing. Just a really nice motor bay. Got that twin injection. Just very nicely done. Cross ram manifold. Big old elephant engine. And you can just see how all motor this thing really is. It's insane, just the detailing in these engine bays. You even got your springs for the carb return, the carb throttle linkage. You just have so much good detail in these engine bays. For the money you're paying for $100, you know, that's really nothing for such a high-end model of the caliber this one is done to. And the only thing, a big thing that bothers me is they got hinge holes, but that's only one minor nitpick that I have about this car. And I believe the battery is in the trunk, if I'm not mistaken, from what I've seen with this model. It's just very nice. I think they actually make the radiator look like aluminum. It's very cool. So the paint finishes in here are pretty amazing. You can actually buy one of these engines from GMP's parts department, so you can have a standalone display kind of, or put it in a model if you want. So it's very cool what GMP does with these. And actually, I'll show you one interesting party trick of this car. I'll check this out. I think you have to do it very carefully. We'll show off the end. You have to do this very carefully, or you're going to break it. Let me see if I can do it. But the wing windows actually work. You can actually move the wing windows. There's like a little stud in there that kind of pegs into it. I'm not going to do it. I don't like messing with that too much because I don't want to break the plastic on there. But it's very cool that these actually move. All right, let's look at the interior real quick. I'm going to zoom out here. There we go. Interior is really nicely done on this model. You actually have carpeting on here, so it's pretty nice. Sometimes the glove box opens on some of these. I don't know if it opens on this, but it's pretty well done. Steering works, which is expected. And I think, oh, see, that bothers me. The brake discs actually rotate with the caliper. And I think in the rear it does the same freaking thing. Yeah, it's a little bothersome. But other than that, it's not a bad model. Seats actually fold forward. I believe they do, but I'm not going to force it. Seats are an actual soft touch vinyl material. Got your seatbelt buckles in there. And the interior is nicely done. So, move on to another part of the car. Move on to the other side of the interior. Let me see. I don't think it opens. I don't believe it opens. Let me see. I don't think it does it? I don't actually think the glove compartment opens. Some of these models it does, but that doesn't detract from this model at all. It's pretty nice. So, no complaints about the interior whatsoever, which is the usual with one of these Acme branded models. Close that door and it's very solidly closing. It has a good hinge on it, unlike some of the M2 hinges I've seen. Again, the dust, I know. And then the trunk opens. Forget exactly where the seam's at for the trunk. Let me see here. Oh, there we go. So yeah, so no flocking in the trunk, but otherwise very nice. Got a spare tire in there. Got a battery. And this is number 78, so yeah, 78, relatively low production. Pretty cool. Again, with these taillights, I think these are actually painted in, from what I can tell. It looks like they're painted in. These aren't clear, which is, maybe that's a minor nitpick, but it's certainly not bad. Nice chrome trim. I wish it was kind of black. The chrome is a little much for the car. Again, big shout out to my buddy Matthew Galmez for telling me to kind of buy this one. It's a pretty cool model. Again, with the underside here, you come to expect a lot of nice work for most of these Acme products from what I'm used to seeing. So it's a very nice undercarriage. Can say they did everything here. Suspension don't work, so wouldn't expect that from this model anyway. Most of the models I buy, I don't usually expect working suspension, but it is nice to have the steering that actually works on them. And let me see. Yeah, the steering, very solid on this. So yeah, I like how straight the exhausts are. So this thing probably rumbles pretty loud, I would say. So yeah, good looking underside. Alright, so we're at 11 minutes, which is what I usually run through for these reviews. So, what's my thoughts on this car? Well, there are a few minor things I would change, like having the taillights kind of cleared. Maybe not having the brake rotors rotate, which bothers me. So, I would say, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give this car a 9.5. A lot of the models you see that I get can usually be gotten off either the regular market or secondary market. There are websites like Diecast Models Wholesale. Another seller I'd go with on eBay is TP53, Thomas Prazik. He's got a lot of good deals in these GMP models. Other than that, just highly recommended if you're going to be in the market for a high-end model. Father's Day with that coming up this year. Check into some of these. Look up the price points. But for $100 and something, I think these are an absolute steal for the money they go for. Because you'd think that models like this caliber would cost like an Auto Art, which is similar to what the details you're getting with an Auto Art, in my opinion at least. Because Auto Art's kind of the big one. And even in my opinion, their quality has somewhat gone downhill. So I personally think you're better off going with GMP if you want something old. So yeah, that's my final thoughts on this car. Well, that does it for me, guys. Remember, guys, we need to get our watch hours up for real. As I said before, we're kind of getting back to this channel's bread and butter, which is definitely reviews. So we're going to try to pump more of these out as the next few weeks go on this month, just so I can give myself a little something to do and just kind of communicate with you guys. And if you need to, I'll be in the comments section, and you're always welcome to drop whatever. So hit the notification bell, and as always, if it has to do with diecast, both old and new, it has to be the J-Man 6'3". Alright guys, have a good one. Bye.